Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards. And once again, I'm joined for commentary tonight by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing good.
All right, so we've got another game between myself and my good friend Jerry as we were playing cards suggested on my Yoda's Hut suggested deck thread using technological terror cards. I am on the right in this game playing a Navy deck suggested by Darth BS that actually has 12 sets in it. It's Navy with 2 Defense Protocol, 2 Superior Numbers, 2 Phantoms of Imdar, 2 Cloud Cover, 2 Technological Terror, 1 Empire's Elite, and 1 Entrenched Defense. And Jerry is playing a deck that was crafted by Kirama. I think he talked about this on one of his casts, actually. It's Smuggler Affiliation. It's got 2 Tiny Robotic Sociopath, 2 Mission Briefing, 2 Heroes Trial, 2 Matter Undermine, and 2 Explosives Artist. I think those last sets with Sabine was sort of a flex set, and that was one of his options. That's what we chose to use. So, you got any initial thoughts about the decks that I just reeled off there, Derek, before we get watching, as we're obviously still getting set up here in this game?
Well, the Navy deck just seems like a tie deck with the Death Star pod added in. You've got your the thing with it is you've got the engineers that you're not going to be able to use because you've got no targets other than the Death Star and the defense platforms that you can use their resource for.
Yeah.
So unless you can get them to attack, unopposed or something, and maybe get a blast out of them, they're not going to do much.
Mm-hmm.
Kiramo's deck sounds like the Brainiac shenanigans with Luke and I know the droids and the chopper pod there.
And heavy blaster.
All kinds of things you can mess around with there. I think you could use it on. Can you use Brainiac on like Explosives Artist too, or the enhancement you put on the objective?
Right.
That
Yeah.
does damage.
Yeah.
So you can mess with that as well. From Sabine's set, so there's a few options there.
Yeah, it looks like I just flipped up my objectives and started with Defense Protocol. There's an old classic. Technological Terror and Cloud Cover, so interesting flop. And Jerry's getting ready to flip up his. Let's see what he ends up with here.
I always liked Defense Protocol. That was one of my favorites for a long time.
Yeah, so he's got Hero's Trial. And that looks like Mission Briefing and Explosives Artist. So he's going to get to search the top 10 cards of his deck for a Spectre unit and potentially put it in his hand. So he's got Sabine in there. He's got Chopper and the other droid in there.
Yeah, well, Mission Briefing, that's the core Mothra pod, right?
Yeah, that's core Mothra, yeah.
That's got the big cannon in there.
Yeah. I think that was the point of the deck, to like abuse all the guns, just clear the way.
It sounds like it's just the anything that's got a number on it, like Brainiac or the droids or the guns that so Brainiac can mess with it.
Yeah, and Jerry found Sabine in his top 10 cards. That's not too bad.
No.
So I might be able to get her with Defense Protocol unless he gets her armor on her quickly.
Yeah, well, he still has to play her.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he only has 4 resources. I mean, he'll have, he could 3 of them to play Sabine and 1 to play her armor if he has it.
Yep. And so Mission Briefing lets you draw a card when your opponent's turn starts. So he got to draw a card there.
Yeah, it's the old Jedi Council, or
Council of the Sith.
Council of the Sith.
Yeah, so there I got one of the engineers, although I probably don't have anything I can play yet with him. Oh, I do have a defense platform.
Yeah, other than the platform and I can't imagine you getting enough resources to play the Death Star, so I think you're only going to use it for the platform, really.
Probably. And there is one of the Phantoms for 3. I'm saving some resources, so. And I'm putting Fell on the Phantom. No, that's not too bad. So That makes it elite. It's going to give all my fighters edge 1. And
I have the annoying habit of never ever being able to draw a Baron Fell when I play a fighter deck.
yeah, and I
He
think
just
about
he lives at the bottom of my deck.
yeah, and if we think about this here for a second, it's so I'm committing both my guys and taking balance. But so Darth BS made this set with or this deck with 12 sets, and there was only one of Fell's set in there even. So I just drew I drew the one and only one in this 60 card deck. So
Wow, and he's like the first auto include in a tie deck.
yeah, I would think so.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
yeah, even though you can't use the engineers, you do get the fleet navigator and you get the control rooms to help get your ships out. So
Yeah.
um,
It just feels like it's 2 extra pods that are there for nothing but resources.
right.
I mean, I guess you get the edge, you get the Death Star for the edge too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not running the pilot Vader, is he?
I don't. No, there's no pilot Vader in here, which is
Yeah,
odd
so
because he usually likes running him.
Yeah, because then you Death Star with I Have You Now.
Right. That would be pretty good.
And I loved using I Have You Now with the TIE Phantoms because people like to let them strike first, so they will, not even play in the edge battle.
And there is a heavy blaster, and just did a damage to my TIE Phantom already. And I think that's what this deck Kira mode build is supposed to do.
Yeah, it's whether or not you get that blaster has a huge impact on how good the deck does, I think.
All right, I think he just played. I couldn't see it, but I think he played the card that's in Chopper's set that lets you look for an enhancement. So he just went and got the other heavy blaster.
Yep, this could be a short game for you.
I'm trying to remember what that actually was called. I've just drawn a blank on the name of that card. That is it like tactical something?
I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. But yeah, well, at least my with cloud cover out and fell on the TIE Phantom, it does have that. Sorry, makeshift repairs is the one that lets you look for an enhancement. So.
I might have actually taken that damage on the engineer just because if he plays Brainiac, the Phantom's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you have to always worry about putting things down to 1 health now.
Mm-hmm. And there's Sabine.
This is not looking pretty.
Yeah. He just passed turn. So that will go to 3. I might need to get that defense platform out there now to try to suck up some heavy blaster damage.
And the thing is, too, if you'd killed off the engineer, then you would have been able to take force, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Are you just playing engineers to eat the blasters?
Yeah, I guess I can do that. And then I'm going to get the defense platform there.
That does give you a fair amount of health to waste.
Yeah, it does. That's
between the engineers and the platform. It's going to take a while for those cannons to chew through that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he's still going to get 2 every turn, and if he gets Brainiac out, that's just going to be ridiculous.
If he gets Brainiac, your board will be gone within 2 turns.
Yeah. So it looks like I might just be thinking of passing here.
I might commit the defense platform. Because he could start taking back force if he wants to.
Yeah, I think I was hesitant to do that.
There's no seeds in his deck.
No. I think I was hesitant to do that just because I didn't have any way to... Well, I guess I could free him up with the engineers. But if I start letting them take all these heavy blaster damage, then...
Yeah, you can free them up many times. Did you... Oh, never mind. I was going to say if you use Defense Protocol, but Sabine just now came out, so...
She was out first turn. I just didn't use it on my second turn. I drew up instead.
Oh yeah, okay.
So let's see what Jerry does here. He's already got Sabine on the table along with 2 heavy blasters. And he does only have 4 resources, but there really isn't anything that expensive in his deck.
No. Well, he does have Luke.
That's true. He just played. I couldn't tell what that was.
It must have been some kind of search because he's
Yeah, I wonder
searching.
if it's another enhancement search. He might have played the other, the other one of those
Yeah,
makeshift repairs, and maybe he's going for Sabine's armor here.
yeah, that would be a good choice.
That seems like the logical choice at this point, based on
Mm-hmm.
what would be in his deck. Unless he wanted to get that improvised explosives, like you said, and put it on something in case I want
Well,
to
the other
attack. But
thing he could do is if he's got Luke in his hand, he could go get Luke's saber
that's true.
just to have it.
And I guess he could play Luke in his saber because he could use Sabine's resource if he really needed to.
Yeah.
I don't think he was looking for something specific. I think he was just looking. Now, I guess it's also possible maybe he's. Are there even any resources in his deck that are regular? I'm trying to think about that. I don't think there is.
Mm,
That may have been what he was looking for. He's probably not thinking about exactly what sets are in there. Maybe he was looking to actually get a regular resource. And then he might have just realized there aren't any in this deck. That the only resources there's Sabine, Mom Athma's got a resource on her, and then you got I Am a Jedi.
yeah.
So he just got Sabine's armor, which I can see that making sense. So now defense protocol would be worthless against Sabine anyway.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
And there goes her armor on her. Not surprising. Figured he's
Yeah.
going to play that. Now, one of those battlefield engineers would be very annoying to see right now. Since when they strike or activate, is it activate? Whatever. I guess it's when they
It's
activate.
it's as soon as you declare them as attackers,
Yeah,
they remove
right.
a token from an enhancement.
Yeah, so they could free up the heavy blasters. And there is electroshock prod. Is that what that is? It looks like.
That's the pseudo Tarkin
Right.
ability.
Yeah, and you can put it on a Spectre or droid unit. So Sabine's obviously Spectre.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. So she's loaded up with some enhancements there. She can blank something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is interesting. I just thought of this. So based on the Tarkin ruling, if he used electroshock prod on Baron Fell, Baron Fell would drop off.
If it's the same exact text, I don't remember what the text is. How
It
it works with
says
pilots.
you focus this enhancement to treat a target units. Oh, a unit. Okay, printed text box
Yeah.
as if it were blank. Never mind. So you
Yeah,
can't
you have
actually
to.
hit the enhancements. Never mind.
Right, you got to hit the unit.
Yeah. And there is one of the droids.
Yeah,
And
and
he
he
did
looks
use
like.
yeah, he used his heavy blasters, and I sucked him up on the defense platform.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I should have just let one of those engineers bite the dust, but
Well, it depends too. You could also start attacking with them.
it looks like he just passed turn again, and the dial's going to go up to 5 then, although we didn't click it.
Yeah.
Huh. Surely we'll realize we didn't click the dial, right?
He doesn't have a resource to buff. Why do you remove the? Oh, you defense
I use
protocol.
defense protocol,
Yeah.
I think, because I
He
pointed
doesn't
the
have a
droid.
resource to use Sabine's buff to gain a tactic, so you
Right.
could theoretically get in there with at least 2 of the technicians and get some unopposed damage.
Yeah, except we should have moved the dial. It should be at
Yeah.
5. Oh, wow. That was a mistake on our part. And there's another engineer. They're all out. I got all 4 of them on the table.
Jeez.
Where's my... Oh, Jerry just pointed the dial. There we go. Fix it to
Yeah.
5. And there
I
is
think
Obsidian 2, I think, is what that is.
I would send 2 of those engineers at one objective, 2 at the other one, and if he blocks and kills one of them, so be it. But he's going to focus, and then you can come in with a TIE fighter on the last one and put a second focus on Sabine, who's not elite.
Yeah, that would be good. Try to get her locked down.
Yeah.
At least...
That's not the leader, that's just the Obsidian.
Yeah, that's Obsidian 2. So while it's piloted, you get to double its unit damage icons. So, and then I just pilot her.
Is it just unit, or is it all its icons?
It's just unit damage icons. And Hal Runner just gave him an extra gun too, because each fighter gets a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So Obsidian 2 actually has 4 guns now the way it works, because you actually add the thing before you double it. So,
yeah.
And it has, I guess, the extra health because of cloud cover now.
Mm-hmm.
No tactics though.
Yeah, I think I would do what I said. I would send the technicians in sets of 2 at the top 2 objectives. Forget the bottom one. And if he blocks and kills one of them, you'll be able to lock him down.
Yeah, it looks like I'm swinging with the Obsidian, probably because it's got 4 guns.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to see if I can bait Jerry into defending.
Well, he can also remember he can use the electro prod to blank that ability from the Obsidian.
Yeah, I think he would have had to do it when the phase started, though. I think it's like Tarkin in that way.
So.
Yep, after a phase begins, focus the enhancement. So he couldn't have done it right. He would have had to do it right at the start of the phase. So he let me just swing, and I got 2 damage on mission briefing. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I should swing at least with one of those chump guys.
I'd send 2 of them.
And I'm sending the Phantom in. That's a little risky.
Yeah, that I would not do. Because he only has 1 health.
Mm-hmm.
And he's your tactics. If you lose him, then you don't get to lock Sabine down either.
Right.
Yeah, I would not have sent him. Now you might be in trouble.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised I'm doing this. Yeah, I do have Edge 1. And I could potentially, so he's...
I thought you just said you couldn't do that mid-phase.
Yeah, you can't, so I don't know what he's doing it on. Maybe we backed up. Maybe I told him it was fine to go ahead and do it, even though we missed when you can actually do it. But so I put 1 in and passed. He might probably forget there's twists in defense protocol. Oh, I just put 2 in. And he's got a lot there. He's going to kill my Phantom. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. Because now you didn't even get to lock him down now.
No, I did not. I'm going to send the guys in like you said. I'm going to send 3 of them. Actually, send them all in.
Yeah, at this point you should send all 4 and blow up an objective.
Yeah. So I got 3 on Hero's Trial.
I don't know what you were thinking that turn.
Me neither. Maybe I thought he wouldn't block. I'm going to commit another one of the engineers, so I still got 2 on the force. And I will pass turn. But having to deal with those 2 heavy blasters is just going to be annoying as heck in this game. Because there's really no way to get rid of those things. I mean, they're
That TIE fighter you just lost, is it only when he defends that his ability works?
the Phantom.
Yeah. Or is it
I
on
I,
offense
I
too?
think it just always works, doesn't it?
So I'll bet that's what it was. It was the electro prod. Is you blanked his text? Is what
Hmm.
you probably did. You let him go back and do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is
I
oh
don't know
he?
if you
Yeah,
let
it
him go
must have
back,
been.
or if you forgot he
Yeah.
couldn't do it
Right.
mid
Because it's not
phase.
supposed to be targeted while he's ready and participating. It can't be targeted by enemy card effects. So that might have been what I was thinking. That I was not going to care if he won edge. I was going to shoot
Well,
Sabine.
well, maybe you guys forgot that the electroprod could go off mid
Yeah,
phase,
we might have. So I just took
or you
both.
might have played it that way.
Yeah, I just put both the damage from the heavy blasters on the obsidian now.
Hmm.
Because that has 4 health since it's piloted, so it's basically like the other things. Yeah, I probably should start letting some of those engineers suck those up. I'm not sure why I didn't. Unless I'm really thinking I'm going to try to play the Death Star.
Well, he's not playing anything, so you can use them for attacks.
Right.
If he gets things on the table to where they can't get through,
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Like,
yeah, I think you're. If Sabine was focused now, this would be a whole different game. But the fact
yeah,
that he was able to wake him up is going to be a problem.
but I didn't really have a way to focus her down because the only offensive tactics I had was the Phantom.
Well, it was if he didn't focus her down, then you guys still got a bunch of damage by swinging with all of
Right. Yeah, that's
the
what I should have done.
engineers,
Like you said, I should have went in after like everybody with him. There's Luke, which is going to be a little bit annoying.
because that would have given you 3 damage on 2 different objectives if he never blocks.
Yeah.
And if he does block, you get to lock down Sabine.
Right. So let's see what he does here. Luke's hit the board, but he saved Sabine's resource. He didn't use her, so you can't really play Luke's saber right now.
No, you better start working that technological terror on Luke.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
the defense protocol, I mean.
Yeah, that might not be a bad plan. Now, I guess he has like he could get custom paint job on Luke for free. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think what else might be in there that he could put on Luke. Maybe about it. That he would
Yeah.
need the Jedi resource for. Now, I mean, Explosive Artist has influence, so he could have potentially used that if he had his lightsaber. But like I said, my guess is he must not have had his lightsaber the way he paid for that, or he paid for it wrong.
Well, it depends if he's planning on attacking with Sabine.
Yeah, I
Or if he
think.
wants Sabine available for defense.
Yeah, I think I just made the point that right now technological terror is making it seem like there's an extra click on the dial, and he is going to attack with Luke. And I don't really have much in my hand, so I don't think I want to get in the way of this because he'll just kill the defense platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though it can't be focused, it can be shot.
Yeah.
And Luke's got a couple guns and a couple blasts. I guess I could put a sacrificial lamb in the way just to make him try to pitch an edge card or something. But
Well, you're going to save only one blast, and whether or not there's 2 or 3 on that objective really doesn't matter that much.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I gotta be letting this go. There's really no reason for me to get in the way of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna strike. Put 3 on there.
Well,
Yeah,
remember, he's got Hero's Trial, too, so he can throw enhancements or whatever down pretty much any time he wants to.
yeah, that is true. So I wonder if he'll swing with Sabine. Of course, if he does that, he's going to leave himself wide open.
And you've got a lot of blast over there. Enough to take out 2 objectives.
Yep, I could certainly take out 2 objectives. I could get 3 damage on another. I'm like 2 blasts short from being able to win if he doesn't block.
Does Sabine have 2 pips or 3?
Sabine has 2.
So he can't take force either.
No, but 6 versus 7 really doesn't matter at this point. I'd need all 3 either way.
Yeah, but the question is whether or not he can win on his next turn or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he can't, then you're going to take him out anyway.
So what's he doing? Oh, so he's trying to use Sabine to put Luke's saber on there, and I might have let him figure out how he's paying for everything. I think he forgot that Sabine doesn't match resources.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was saying he could have used Explosives Artist for it, though, if he wants to. We'll see if that's what he does. Again, it's one of our casual games. We're just trying out these decks and things, so a lot of times we'll go back and allow plays like that to kind of fix stuff that we could have done. So, see if he does it or not. He was thinking about dropping it in.
Well, I can't imagine what else he would do that's better.
Yeah, I can't either. It's more a matter of if he feels like letting me give him the benefit of the doubt and repay for it a different way.
Because you have already gone into conflict and you're made an attack and everything.
All right, so he's not.
Because then you could have potentially double swung and blown up an objective.
Right. So now... Alright, so I'm going to use Defense Protocol and I'm hitting Luke.
I'd get rid of that crappy TIE fighter in your hand.
Yeah, I think I did. Looked like I got rid of the crappy TIE fighter that was in my hand.
Yep.
And now I'm only drawing 5. There's a Phantom. There's another crappy TIE fighter.
And the enhanced laser is pretty useless.
Yeah, it gives you a gun, right? So it could give Obsidian like 6 guns.
What would be more important is you need that Phantom out there to play defense, because Luke won't kill him. He'll get to swing and he can kill Luke.
Right. So Phantom will be good. The TIE might not be awful.
I would put the Phantom out there, and I'd put that gun on the Phantom.
Yeah.
Especially since you're going to need a lot of damage when you go eventually try and get Sabine out of there as well.
Mm-hmm. The TIE fighter might just suck up a damage, though, from the heavy blasters.
Yeah.
Now I can't even play the Phantom.
Why would you play the TIE fighter over the Phantom?
I have no idea. What the heck am I thinking here? This may really be me just planning to sacrifice this dude. Yeah, I'm sending him in after something. I'm going to see if he's going to block. Going after Hero's Trial so he couldn't sneak something in. Plus it would mean he might only end up with the influence for the Jedi resource if he doesn't flip up another one.
Well, once again, too, if you'd see now he's blocking with Sabine. If you'd had if you'd done this with just like one of the little Chud guys to try and take it out, and he blocks with Sabine, then you can come behind with the Phantom with a focus token and put Sabine out.
So I let him. He won edge. I think he had a heat even. He killed the TIE fighter. All right, so I didn't get Hero's Trial out. So am I going to send some people in? Yep. I might be just trying to set up things for like the next turn. So I'm gonna go hit mission briefing for 2 more. Just send one guy in after explosive R's, get 2 on it instead of 3. Yeah. So I got some damage out there, but this is awfully risky.
Yeah, those TIE Phantoms are so good for defense, and especially with having extra gun out there because of Howler. I can't believe you didn't put that out there to defend against Luke.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. That was pretty silly.
Because Luke can't kill it.
And really,
He could do 1 damage with the lightsaber,
yeah.
but that's it. He couldn't kill it this turn.
And if I hadn't played the Flight Academy, the pilot resource, I could have played the TIE Fighter and the Phantom.
Yeah.
And I'm getting rid of.
There
they go. So after this whole game, I finally started letting them take the damage instead of my regular units here. That was probably good. So I'm 2 away from getting rid of Luke with defense protocols. If there was some way I could get a damage on him this turn, it would be extremely helpful. But I guess he could. We know he's got Luke's saber, so I got to think that's going to hit Luke soon. Unless he's got Brainiac also to bump Luke's damage thing up. That could be really bad for me. Not for him. Jerry would probably like that.
Does that Obsidian have... Is he normally just 2 health or 3?
3.
He's normally 3, so he has 4 health right now then, doesn't he?
Yeah, and there's Brainiac, so it may not matter.
Yeah.
My arch nemesis has hit the board again.
Yep.
About the only good part of this is Brainiac has no blast at least, but he really could potentially win here if he gets like a Luke and Sabine could potentially take out something together, and he could put Luke's saber on to free Luke up, and if he had a well-equipped, then maybe he could free up Sabine. But
well, Brainiac can kill technological terror with unopposed. Because it only has 4 health.
I think Brainiac can't hit objective cards.
No, I mean, if he attacked unopposed, he could blow
Oh,
up.
yeah. If he can get unopposed with it. That might be easier said than done, but...
Well, not with all his plinking out there.
Yeah, alright, so he's going to use Brainiac on Luke, so he's going to get to do 2 damage to something. I think you hit... I'm not sure which one you hit here.
Can you hit the defense platform with that?
I think so, because it's not being affected by enemy combat icons. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just getting affected by the Luke's reaction. Yeah.
Given that the Obsidian has a bunch
Oh
of
no,
extra
it can't hit him either. Enemy card effects or combat icons.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was thinking you had to take out the Obsidian anyway first.
Right, you got to hit the Obsidian. Well, actually, wait a second. It's not that it can't. It can't be. Yeah, focus tokens placed on it, not just. It could get the damage placed on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think if Luke puts that on there, I think you kill the defense platform. Because it has the tactics, even though I only have a couple cards left, I don't think you want to risk that.
I think what he does is he attacks with Luke and he puts it on there mid-turn. Depending on who you block with, he puts it on that guy.
Yeah, looks like he's...
Assuming you didn't know that he had it, he kind of already tipped his hand on that.
Well, he started to play it last turn.
Yeah.
So he did not use Brainiac yet. That's interesting. Of course, now he could just kill the defense platform with Brainiac.
Yeah.
So maybe he's saving Brainiac's reaction to kill something that only has 1 health left here. Which would make sense. I don't know.
He doesn't have any extra Jedi resources, does he?
No, he does not. Because he had to... he used the Jedi resource to pay for Brainiac, and he used Explosive Artist to put the lightsaber out.
Well, if he had extra resources, couldn't he change Luke's text so that the discarding an enhancement to unfocus him to where you could do it 2 times instead of 1?
Yeah, that's a... I don't remember if you can do it.
Because then Luke could triple swing, assuming he had the resources to keep replaying the lightsaber on him.
I think it's limit once, not limit 1, so you might not be able... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could take 2 focus tokens off, or you could do 2 damage with it, but you couldn't do it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was limit 1 per turn, you could switch the 1 to a 2.
Yeah.
So, I'd be curious to see what he does here. I think he'd swing with Luke, but that might just be me.
It depends if he's confident in the edge battle.
True.
But he can't he? Well, no, it wouldn't matter. I could say you could blank the text of the Obsidian.
Right.
But he still would have 2 guns because of the Howler. He could still get rid of Luke.
Yeah, exactly. He just couldn't get rid of Sabine. So Luke and Sabine, it looked like they're going after defense protocol here. And I might just I don't know if I'll let this go or if I'll actually put Obsidian in the way.
Yeah, see, this is why I would have waited to use the saber. Because I would see who you block with and then play the saber or use Brainiac or whatever to eliminate that defender.
Yeah, I think my big worry here is I've only got a couple cards in hand, and I wonder if they aren't very good, so I don't really want to get in the way.
We already know what they are. It's the TIE Phantom and that laser cannon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Both of those do not. Yeah, I think that's 3 pips between them.
Right. So he's doing 2 with Luke on defense protocol. Now I guess he'll do 2 more with Sabine.
Yeah, he's gonna blow it up.
Yep. He sure is. And there's 1 for Jerry. And I might just be trying to see if there's a way I can just hold off and hopefully win. So he's going to throw the lightsaber, free up Luke. I would assume send Luke in after something else. Or maybe, Jerry tends to play more conservatively. He might actually... So now he's using Brainiac to get rid of the defense platform. So he could... So he can't actually probably wouldn't be able to get it unopposed with Brainiac right now. But so he's committing Luke, taking balance, so the dial will go to 8, which means I still have to get all 3.
Mm-hmm.
That may not have been the worst play on his part, and I just flipped up Phantoms of Imdar.
No, it's a little late for that.
Yeah, the shields would have been helpful before.
You really needed to get that Phantom out last turn. That would have been a major difference.
Yeah.
Because he would not have been able to attack with Luke.
I just drew the Hot Pocket. Let's see that there. Now that's a capital ship. I think I could actually use the engineers to pay for that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think I got a control room. Which I might as well put on the board. It's not going to do me any good in my hand. It's no force pips. Yeah, I'm not sure since he left both Brainiac and Luke back. I don't see how I actually could win. Here's the control room. There is the Hot Pocket escort carrier, and I can use the engineer. So I guess there was another ship we forgot about that you use the engineers on there, Derek.
Yeah.
So now here's an interesting thing. If I
You better
choose,
use it because you're only going to get one use out of that thing.
yeah, well, I might have asked him if he had actions. I don't think he's used Brainiac yet. But I was gonna say that I actually could repeatedly use it because I could sack the engineers and free it up.
Yeah.
And there is the early warning system.
I guess that's an interesting combo. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so I could focus it, get a ship, and do that a couple times really if I wanted to. If I want to sacrifice the engineers while I'm in deploy. There's another one.
Now, it comes from your discard pile or from your hand, right?
Right. Yeah, you can't go searching, unfortunately. But
And
yeah.
it has to be 2 cost, I think.
No, it just has to be any fighter.
Any fighter.
Yep, any fighter.
Huh.
Yeah, or a precision flying, the that one
Yeah.
enhancement thing. But yeah, it's the superior numbers objective, like lets you put in something that costs 2 or less.
That's right.
But there's a phantom, and so I use the hot pocket to do that. But like we said, I could theoretically. I'm looking for
I think if
something
you
else.
can do it, you do it, because otherwise he's gonna use Brainiac and eliminate all of those guys right
Right,
now that he can see that.
right. Yeah, because I don't think
I
he's
would
used Brainiac unless he's trying to hold on for Brainiac for something
I
else.
would grab everything you can out of your discard pile and put it up there,
Yeah,
and
I'm
sack
looking through
those 2
now.
guys.
Probably trying to see what I have that I can put in. I don't
I know
want to
you
put
get
in the.
another Phantom. I think besides that, it was just the little garbage chuds.
Well, I think yeah. It looks like I got another Obsidian in there, but that wouldn't help me because it's already out. Oh no, there. Oh yeah, that was. I went to try to put it in, and I did have another one. Yeah, so there's one of the. Is that the TIE interceptors or whatever?
Oh yeah, the guys from Baron Fell set. You must have pitched him in an edge.
Yeah, and well, Fell's still in my discard. If I had to stay on target, I could put Fell out.
I think there's 1 in your deck, right?
Yeah,
From his set.
and I think I might have it in my hand. Yeah, I wonder if I'll sack one of those guys now to try to get another ship, but I'm not sure I have anything worth putting out. Well, it should be another Phantom, like we said. Hmm, interesting.
Hmm.
Still not convinced I have a way to potentially win here. If he hadn't been able to free up Luke with that throwing the lightsaber, maybe I could have gotten around Brainiac, but
If you send guys, as long as you send guys with guns and blast, because if he blocks with Luke and you can stand target Baron Fell in, you're gonna win edge. And then
yeah, probably.
you need to kill Luke.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's spending one.
he's
He had a resource. He still had the smuggler
put,
affiliation resource. Looks like he's going to put an electroshock. Oh no, he was going to try to put electroshock prod on something, but he can't because it's got to be Spectre or Droid.
yeah.
So he could put another one on Sabine, but I'm not sure it would matter. I think I just passed my turn and freed up the hot pocket with the early warning system. Hmm.
I think you probably needed to attack there, especially if you had Baron Fell.
Yeah. May have been a mistake. So I managed to avoid Brainiac shenanigans. He didn't choose to trigger it before I passed turn. He could have. He could have hit one of my guys.
He should have during the force phase. He should have taken out one of those little guys.
Yeah. So Jerry's drawing up here. So we got the dial at 8. He's blown up one objective. I've got some damage spread out on his side, so if I can just
Did
hold
he
on
forget
here.
to deal damage when he kept force? Looks like you didn't.
Yeah, he should have dealt a damage to something, and he didn't do it. I wonder if we'll catch that. So I put a damage on the Hot Pocket, and I'm probably going to put one on the other one.
Then Brainiac can just kill it.
Yeah, I put one on the other Interceptor. Yeah, Brainiac could, except he might want to... I'm using the... Yeah, there I am. I'm using the Hot Pocket again after he did the Heavy Blaster. Putting another one of those ships out. Still didn't grab a Phantom yet, so I wonder if I'm going to sack and try to do it later. And we're pretty sure I have Stay on Target in my hand. And we know Fell's in discard. But yeah, he should have done a balance damage. So he could have blown up Technological Terror potentially. Then he'd just need one objective.
Yeah, which you might be able to get with Sabine and Luke if they both go in.
Now I will get a... Oh, God.
Well, except for the fact, too, you're going to get some shields now from Phantoms because you got all those guys out there.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. I'm going to get some shields if I defend with a couple fighters.
Well, if you defend, I think you defend with a whole bunch of guys, so the Baron Fell gives you his big edge bonus.
Right, and it almost seems like I need to sack one of those guys now to potentially get one more fighter into play.
Yeah.
Or
you do before he uses Brainiac to kill him.
Yeah, or even get two into play.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's still in deploy phase, so that I might be waiting to do that.
Well, he could jump out of deploy phase at any time.
There we go. I think we just realized the balance damage, so he used it to blow up Technological Terror. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That might make my job a little bit tougher here. I need to turn off some blast.
Speeder.
Yeah. That's not really what I wanted to see.
Well, he can get Edge 2 also if he uses Sabine's ability on herself and
Yeah.
sends her with the Speeder and Luke, since he only needs one objective.
All right, I just sacked one and freed up a Hot Pocket.
Yep.
And I'm probably waiting to see if he has any actions. And
Well, he could use Luke Saber right now to kill the Hot Pocket.
yeah, he could kill the one that has one damage on it. I freed up the one that didn't have any damage, so...
No, the Hot Pockets only have 2 health. If he uses Brainiac, he can kill it.
Right, well, that's what I said. I didn't free up the one that had one damage on it, so...
I know, but that's what I mean. If he plays in reaction to you freeing up that one, he can use Luke Saber with Brainiac on Luke and kill that thing before you can bring in another fighter. Because it only has 2 health.
Right, except I could sack the other guy and free up the same Hot Pocket again.
Well, then you would free up the one that has 1 damage, yeah.
Yeah, depends on how he does it. So,
Yeah.
But I think he's probably saving Brainiac. So he just played. Is that the courier droid thing?
I forget which one does what.
Yeah, I think that's the capture droid or whatever.
I don't remember what it does.
Yeah, after enters play, I have to discard a card. That could be really problematic if he got my stay on target. I didn't see what he got.
Is it at random?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it wasn't. Let me double check there. No, opponent can choose and discard, so I could have saved the stand target there, which I would assume I would have chosen to do.
Yeah.
But I would have probably liked that other card just to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know he's going to get to bump something. He could potentially bump Sabine, give her edge 1 along with the speeder bike, plus he could bump speeder bike or Sabine to get edge 3. And that's going to really negate the tricks I was having. I'm going to sack another guy and free up the hot pocket. And see if I can get a 6th fighter in here. What else could I have? Don't I just have the crappy ties?
I don't think I've seen anything else in there.
Yeah, crappy tie.
Well, you're gonna have edge 6 is what you're gonna have, if assuming that's Baron
2, 3, 4,
fell
5. Yeah.
plus the 2 from. So you're gonna have 8 with the stay on target, and he's not gonna be expecting that with your 1 card. So I doubt he's putting 9 pips in there.
Yeah, I don't know. He might expect it. It's hard to tell if he'd expect it or not.
Because that would give you. Do all your fighters have an extra gun from that howler being in play?
Yes, they do.
So
have,
if he sends a bunch of guys and you,
I think, or does Howler only give it if it's pilot? And I'm trying to remember. I think she gives it to. Yeah, every fighter gets a gun, right? So, yeah.
okay. So then, if you get to swing first, Phantom kills Luke, focuses Sabine, and the speeder dies from the edge battle.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need to win an edge battle here with my 8 pips.
Yeah.
And he only played 2 cards though, so he's got four cards in hand.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he's going to put 9 in there with you having 1 card. You might figure you have the Death Star at worst case scenario, which is a 5.
Yep, and then
is he sending those 2?
Brainiac yes, so I'm guessing he's trying to lock me down.
Okay.
So this is what's going to come down. If I can win edge,
you lock him down.
I should be able to lock him down. The only problem is I should have. Oh no, he won't be able to focus the tie.
No, the speeder auto dies. The Phantom attacks and kills Brainiac, and then you focus everything he has.
Yeah, that's right. And then I think he's. Well, I couldn't focus everything. I only have 2 focus, but focus Luke and Sabine. That's the important thing.
Yeah, and then he's got the droid, and then on your turn, you just send him again and focus the droid if you have to, and then you kill 2 objectives.
Right, so I wonder if he's going to use Brainiac to give Speeder Bike edge 2. He needs to do that before the edge battle.
Yeah, you can do it after you declare blockers, but it needs to be before the actual cards go down.
Yeah. Now, he could end up killing one of my ships before edge 2 if he wanted to. If he has a way to, yeah, because he's still got the influence card. He could put something on Luke and use Brainiac that way. I don't know if it's worth it to do it or not. But.
Well, at the same time, he's going to lose. That's a card out of his hand that he's figuring he can put into edge. So it's not going to make it any better. The worst thing, I can't imagine he puts everything in there either, just because of the potential you have for twists.
Yeah, that's true too.
Although it wouldn't matter because of the edge on the speeder.
Yep.
So let's see.
I put my 1 card in, which we know is stay on target.
Yeah.
So the question is, will this be enough? So what could he have that he could beat it? So I got stay on target. I got 2. He could have a Luke in there. And he does have a Luke and the Battlefield Engineers.
He's got 7. Oh, wait.
8
plus the speeder.
9. He's got 9. He's going to just get me.
Did he use it on the speeder?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have 8.
No, I know, but did he use the thing on the speeder in advance?
I don't know.
Ahead of time.
I don't know. I mean, he's got 9 at least, and the most I have is 8 here. And I think that's game then.
But if he forgot to do it on the speeder before the edge battle, then he only has 8, and you win ties.
No, he has He has 8 plus the speeder bike. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Because Luke's got 4. He's got a heated battle, and he's got the.
Oh, I was thinking the engineer only had one
No,
pip
the
on it.
engineer's got 2. It's just a little hard to see. Yeah. So he's got 9 right now. I think that's what we're saying. That's game. I never thought he was going to have that many pips.
Yeah.
so, so he does the heat on Obsidian, but well, I'm going to put Fell in play, but it's not going to matter. So really, the thing that I think just won him the game right there was playing that stupid little droid because it got rid of one of my edge cards. And unless it was a 0, that would have been enough for me to win there.
Well, you also played the control room that you didn't use. You just double focused. So that was a card you
Right.
could have kept in your hand, and then
Right.
that would have gone out with the droid.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Well, I
That's
wasn't
the
thinking about the
advantage to
droid.
not playing that is the fact that you just bluff your opponent with one extra card.
Yeah, so there we go. So he's going to be able to swing there at the end. I kind of scooped because he added at that point. So well played by Jerry there. Just I tried to use every trick I had that I was going to sneak Baron Fell in, but I just couldn't win that edge battle there. So it's very interesting decks on both sides, I think. You got any thoughts about the game there, Derek?
Well, the one thing I hadn't thought of was the that we saw at the end there was using those Death Star guys to use the Hot Pocket.
Yeah, that was a pretty good trick.
So yeah, that was I couldn't figure out why the Death Star pod was really in the deck. I'm wondering if that was the main reason.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean the deck kind of. I mean, it was a fighter deck. It behaved pretty much like a fighter deck, and the other deck pretty much did what I expected it to do as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he just kind of loaded up with Sabine and Luke, and they could do the just deal the damage after those heavy blasters cleared the way.
it feels like the standard Jedi deck, where if you don't get those mains though, you just lose. Like if he hadn't have got Luke when he did, I think you would have killed him the next turn probably.
Yeah, I might have. It's hard to tell.
At least if you'd been aggressive, with those little guys the turn before, because you could have had Sabine locked down, remember,
Right.
and had multiple objectives gone early.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or if I didn't get her locked down, I could have gotten a lot more damage out.
Yeah, because that one, I mean, you've got the chopper pods, doesn't have any mains. You've got Sabine, you've got Luke. Mothra pod has no real units. And what's the last one I'm forgetting? Brainiac.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really have two guys. You've got Luke and you've got Sabine that can potentially do damage.
Yeah. Unless
So
you can get those droids in unopposed, but
yeah, he had Sabine from the beginning with the armor, and he searched and got protection for her as well as the cannons he had from the beginning also. So
yeah,
he had like the perfect start.
Yeah.
And got Luke shortly after. Without Luke, I think he was still done, despite having all that.
Yeah. It was well played though. He made use of those blasters and really kind of couldn't do much about it on my end. But all right, well let's wrap this one up here. So it was a fun game. Thanks to Darth BS and for Carrot Mode for suggesting those decks, and hopefully we did them justice there. And thanks as always for joining me for commentary, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.